College football season upon us once again, and for the Michigan Wolverines, they are trying to build upon what they did at the end of last year. Surprisingly, they beat Ohio State. Then they played a Bama team. You can say what you will. It was a bowl game, yada, yada, yada. They were still playing with a lot of their top caliber players, and Michigan found a way to win. Now they go into this season at number 14 in the first edition of the coaches poll. Too high, too low? Where do we go with Michigan?
Higher than I expected, I would say. I mean, they're basically, the coaches are telling you they think Michigan is a legitimate playoff contender by putting them at 14. And I'm not there yet. I need to see the quarterback situation with my own eyes. I don't think that there's anything Michigan could do or say in the offseason to convince me that the quarterback situation is fixed until I see it, you know? How many star freshmen have we seen hyped up going into a season and it doesn't pan out? So
it definitely feels a little early to be a top 15 team, I think, just coming off of last year. I mean, obviously they had a fantastic end to the season, but I'm not forgetting what happened before that, because it was a disaster last year. I mean, it was brutal. I mean, we didn't even want to talk about it at some point on this
Michigan
channel.
was 6-5.
They were 6-5. I mean,
coming
it was
off of
bad.
a national championship game, though, that they lost a lot of players. It happens in college
for sure. But I mean, but they're coming in with a lot of question marks, and it could really work out. I mean, they made a lot of great moves. They had a great recruiting summer and all that. It could work out, but to be ranked 14th after what happened last year is a lot for me to believe.
It feels very much like this is the Bryce Underwood effect, right? Like this is, I don't know what else would make you think that this team is the 14th best team in the country other than Bryce Underwood.
The way the defense finished the season, I would say, has caused a lot of optimism. But
I think, and I don't know how much the coaches take into, the schedule into their rankings, but the schedule is pretty favorable for the Wolverines. So I think maybe that has something to do with it too. They only have one ranked team on the schedule currently, and that's Ohio State.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's got to be the Bryce Underwood effect, but I think it's way too high.
And the hype continues to roll because players were interviewed today. Bryce Underwood did not speak in Ann Arbor, but one of the offensive linemen said the biggest surprise was to see Bryce Underwood throw the ball 40 to 50 yards with his left hand.
Cool.
Why do we care about that, you know?
So he can roll right or left is what you're telling me.
Yeah. Is he going to switch? He's going to switch, depending on which way he's going to switch hands?
He can also fly.
Can he?
Yeah. It's going to be tough to tackle.
It will be. It will be. Everyone is expecting Bryce Underwood to be everything for this team. That's what
That's a lot of pressure.
It is. It is. If you are Sharon Moore, when are you starting Bryce Underwood with all the expectation, with all of the talk about NIL? Are you saying now?
15 minutes ago? I mean,
you got it. You got to start him.
Do you have to?
Gosh, that's an extremely difficult question to answer without any knowledge of how he's doing. I mean, I know what they're saying, but what else are they going to say?
We've had the spring game, and that is it.
Right, and the spring game was not the greatest showing. But
don't go to LSU, come to Michigan, and then sit on the bench?
I think in an ideal world, you would start with someone else to show everybody what the someone else looks like, because you know that everybody's favorite player is the backup quarterback when things aren't going well. Because
happens everywhere.
You and I have been talking about this for weeks. As soon as you start Bryce Underwood, there is no putting that cat back in the bag.
Nope.
It is because if you bench Bryce Underwood at any time,
you cannot.
That's the only headline that anybody hears. The problem with this ranking is that it's not just the ranking, it's the Michigan fan base in general, is that there's a playoff expectation. And if you don't start Bryce Underwood and he's your best, and that causes you to lose a week 2 game at Oklahoma or something like that, that could be the difference.
That
could be the difference in getting into the playoff.
What if Bryce Underwood was playing in that game? What if he started for us then?
Yeah, last year, this coaching staff did a bad job of making sure Michigan had a quarterback in-house who was capable. This year, they have a very tough decision to make. They basically have to choose development. They have to choose the importance of these early season games. Maybe Bryce Underwood is just clearly the best and really is good enough to start, and then the decision is easy. But there's a lot of factors playing into this.
You didn't mention money, though, because now in the world of college sports, you're paying these guys so much money. I mean, it's basically like if the Lions went out and signed a star quarterback, paid him a ton of money and then, as a reference point, like versus college.
That's true.
And then they were just like, he's actually not going to play right now.
Yeah. Or is it like drafting someone number 1 overall at the quarterback position and you want him to wait a little while? But also but then you're talking about longevity in the NFL where you have maybe that is your franchise guy for a decade.
Right, yeah.
Whereas in college right
You're
now,
limited,
3
yeah.
years.
That's a great point, though, because like you said, Bryce Underwood is in Ann Arbor for a maximum of 3 years. And that's the case whether you start him for the first 3 or 4 games or not. So it's, well, okay, we made X investment in this player, and every game that he doesn't play, that investment is being, wasted. You could view it that way. NIL is still very new, so it's kind of hard.
I just feel like the pressure is there.
Oh, the pressure on Bryce Underwood's shoulders is arguably the most pressure that any college player has ever felt, a college freshman has ever felt. I mean, you're talking about the University of Michigan, a storied program with notably unrealistic expectations, even in the worst of times. Could be the starting quarterback. All of this has been made of how much money he's making. I mean, there's a lot on
And
his
he's
plate.
a hometown guy.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, it sounds like, he's the type of person and player who can handle it if handled
Absolutely.
correctly, but we just don't know,
And we will find out week 1 at the end of this month. Michigan getting ready to take on, is it New Mexico State?
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
New Mexico, yep.
Go Lobos.
On Local 4.
On Local 4.
On Local 4. We are all out of time for Ken, because you're sitting in a new spot. Ken, Ian, and Derek, I'm Hobie. See y'all next time.